There was a time long before iPads and minivans with DVD players when the family vacation meant piling into a station wagon, rolling the windows down, and praying the AC worked until at least the next county. And right in the middle of all that chaos, adventure, and backseat bickering came the 5 most terrifying words a kid could hear. I will turn this car around. No one questioned it, no one tested it, because we knew Dad wasn't bluffing. Family vacations began the night before, with Mom trying to pack enough food to feed an army and Dad yelling, "We're only gone 3 days," while stuffing a trunk like a man on a timed game show. The cooler, full of sandwiches, hard-boiled eggs, deviled eggs for some reason, and soda that was guaranteed to explode when open warm. Suitcases? Held together by belts, duct tape, and raw determination. And there was always one thing left behind: the map, or the camera, or once a child. We turned around, Dad still says, like that makes it better. The only thing keeping the peace in the back seat was food. But we weren't eating snack packs or organic squeeze pouches. Oh no. We had things like cheese in plastic wrappers that smelled like feet by hour 2, grapes in a margarine container, and melted fun-sized candy bars stuck to your thighs. But we ate them anyway, happily, because food meant silence, and silence meant the car kept going forward. Until someone spilled something. Then Mom's arm would fly back blindly, handing out napkins or light smacks, whichever she grabbed first. The back seat was a lawless land. 3 kids, 1 bench, no room, no rules. We drew an imaginary line down the seat and dared your sibling to cross it. Of course, they did. Repeatedly. Sometimes just a pinky, other times they'd shove an entire arm over like they were invading territory. Screaming, flailing, and the inevitable shriek of "Mom!" which led directly to the main event. Dad's hand slapping at the air like he was swatting bees while driving 65 on the freeway. No one got hit, but it scared us straight. And when things got really bad, when the whining hit critical mass and the 5th round of I Spy turned into I Hate You, Dad would slam both hands on the wheel and yell, "I will turn this car around." And it was his nuclear option, and it worked every time. Because back then, parents didn't negotiate. They didn't say, "Let's use our words," or "Let's take a mindful breath." They threatened to cancel the entire trip and take us home. And we believed them, because they absolutely would have. And let's be honest, we didn't want to go back. We'd already told our friends we were going to the lake. We'd brag about it. Going home would have been social ruin. The car didn't have a navigation system. We had the map. A giant accordion folded beast that covered half the dashboard and never got folded back the same way twice. If you missed a turn, we didn't recalculate. We just argued loudly. Dad would grip the wheel tighter. Mom would squint at a road sign. Someone would say, "Wasn't that our exit?" And Dad would mutter, "I know where I'm going." We knew the trip was off track when the tension in the front seat hit the back seat like a heat wave. Eventually, Dad would give in. He'd pull over at a rest stop or some gravel turnout next to a shady patch of trees. And out came the card table, the sandwiches, the sun-warmed soda, and the bees. So many bees. Nothing says family vacation like slapping your arm while trying to eat a tuna sandwich off a paper plate blowing in the wind. Someone always dropped a chip. Someone always had to go to the bathroom after you left the rest area. And someone always cried. The way back was quiet, exhausted, sticky. The car smelled like sunscreen, sweat, and whatever was decomposing in that cooler. We were sunburned, sand-covered, and still wearing a wet swimsuit under your clothes because Mom didn't want to pack too many towels. The energy shifted, the fighting slowed, and somewhere along the highway, all the kids fell asleep. Heads kneeled awkwardly, mouths open, and the hum of the road lulling them into a rare truce. And Dad would look over at Mom and say something like, "See, they're not so bad when they're unconscious." At the time, it felt chaotic, loud, messy, uncomfortable. But now we look back at those road trips and we miss everything. Even the itchy seats, even the broken AC, even the threat of total vacation cancellation hanging in the air like a thundercloud. Because those weren't just road trips. They were memories, wrapped in sweat, stress, and love. And yes, we believed Dad would turn that car around. But he never did. Because deep down, he loved those trips just as much as we did.